The new Ricoh GX200 with a 12.1 megapixels CCD image sensor, 24 to 72mm f2.5 to 4.4 lens, macro shooting up to approximately 1 cm, ISO sensitivity from 64 up to 1600, a 2.7-inch transparent amorphous silicon TFT LCD, CCD shift method image stabilization, electronic level guide, internal memory of approximately 54 megabytes, and supports SD and SDHC memory cards.
The GX200, as a successor to the GX100, may at first glance look very similar, but there are subtle differences which makes a big difference. Starting with the My settings, on the GX100 we have 2, while on the GX200 we have 3. Also, the function button with 2 function buttons as opposed to 1 on the GX100. Perhaps most significant is the LCD. While the increase from 2.5 inch to 2.7 may not seem significant at first, the quality of the LCD is very much improved, offering up to 460K dots. So any image you take when viewing would show much more clear, so you know the quality that you're getting from your camera shot. The display will also automatically tilt to suit your needs. So when you're having the portrait shot rather than landscape, it will show a lot more clearly. Battery and SD cards are fitted in the battery slot at the bottom, and simple AV sockets on the side for USB as well. Nothing on the other side. Flash button on the top, pop up.
In the release version of the GX200, we will also have the USB cable, AV cable, rechargeable battery, battery charger, hand strap, standard lens cap, software CD-ROM, and user menu. With the VF kit, you will also have the VF1 electronic viewfinder. You can also get extra accessories such as the self-retaining lens cap, the LC1, or the Tele-angle conversion lens, the TC1, among others. Of the accessories of the GX200, one of the ones that I find the most useful is the LC1 self-retaining lens cap. Once fitted, you don't have to worry about taking the lens cap off or where to put it every time you take a shot. We also have the electronic viewfinder. At times when you have different angles that you may need to use. Of course, it may be that the 72mm is not enough for you on the telephoto range and you'll need a little bit more. The TC1 offers a 1.88 times conversion telephoto zoom. So once fitted, you'll be able to get much more on the telephoto side. It's important to remember that once you fitted the lens on, that you go into the menu section and select the lens that you've selected. Even so, you will find that at the wide end, the angles on the side will be shown, and only when you zoom in towards the telephoto area you will see that you have the edges out of the way. Accessing the settings of the GX200 is very easy. By pressing the menu button, we go into the shooting menu, and we can go to the setup menu as well. By using the multi-selector, we can easily navigate through different settings, either by groups of menu or individually. Quick selections include macro mode and the flash. However, without popping up the flash, you would find that the button does not work. There are also 2 custom select function buttons, one on here and one at the multi-selector, which you can program for easy access. Here for function 1, I programmed it for manual focus. So upon selection, I could then manually focus using the up and down button, pressing it again, taking it out. Timer selection is also standard. Display. Here we notice the level guide. That's the latest new function from Ricoh. Once you're balanced, it will glow. So for those who like to take landscape, they can be sure that they're getting a level view when they're taking a photo. You can even have it displayed with sound, so every time it's level, it bleeps to warn you. Another thing about the electronic level guide is that it doesn't only work in landscape mode. Tilting the camera, it will also work in portrait mode. Going back into the menu settings, we can set the picture quality and size. Here are the options of RAW formats, fine or normal. We also have the option of a 4:3 ratio, a 3:2 ratio, also a 1:1 ratio, as well as different size settings that we can set individually. Another function in the GX200, in the interval function. Going back into the shooting mode, we can go to the interval settings and set the amount of time which we want the picture to be continuously shot. Now we can go in intervals of 5 seconds. So setting at 5 seconds, we can pick our shot, and then once the shot is taken, it will count that interval and then take the next shot. And it will continue doing so until we press the OK button. Another feature of the GX200 is its macro mode shooting of up to 1 centimeter. By pressing the macro mode, we can get really close to our subject. And using the electronic level guide, we can be sure our shot is perfect. The GX200, now available at DigitalRev.